Stock Exchange EraChain.org. Scheme of purchase and sale of goods on the platform EraChain.org. There is a business that generates the emergence of values, such as gold mining, G-Gold. G-Gold is exchanged for common currency. For example, it will be US dollars. The US dollar is a well-known currency. It can be any other currency or derivatives. The main thing, the credibility of the currency. The currency is included in the financial organization. It can be a bank, fund, and any other forms. The main trust and reliability for all participants, this trust. So, there is a seller with the goods. We denote the goods Z0, means located at the seller. When the goods from the seller go to the buyer, we will denote this goods Z1. There is a buyer with money. It can be non-cash money, fiat, cryptocurrency, something a trust can work with. This is a software product that is installed on your computer or smartphone for Android or iOS. Download it from the website www.erachain.org or mobile platforms. There are no anonymous users of the platform. All participants are persons with a photo and a surname, in compliance with KYC Know Your Customer, the example of the person. The person of the trust issues its asset, another name, the rights of claim in strict accordance with the currency that is in the trust. The seller also issues its asset according to the quantity of its goods, Z1, Z2, Zn. The interface is given as it looks in the program. Seller black gold. The buyer agrees with the seller about the purchase of goods. The sum brings to the trust. Let's say this is equivalent to G1 plus G2, the assets of the trust. The person of the trust, after receiving the money from the buyer, transfers his assets to him, G1, G2. Orders are placed by the buyer and the seller on a decentralized internal exchange. If they match each other exactly, the deal is triggered. Here's what the stock exchange looks like in the EraChain.org platform interface. There was an automatic exchange of rights of demand. The seller did not have Z1, Z2, but G1, G2 appeared, and the buyer did not have G1, G2, and Z1, Z2 appeared. After the exchange of claims, the seller transfers the goods to the buyer. The seller's goods, Z0, is transferred to the buyer, Z1. The buyer, after receiving the goods, comes it. In our case, returns Z1 and Z2 to the seller, like the signature on the invoice. The seller, to get real fiat money, presents and returns the rights of claim to G1 and G2 trust. The trust, after receiving its rights of claims G1 and G2, returns the amount to the seller for the goods sold. Purchase and sale occurred. All parties are satisfied. Electronic exchange interacts with real financial and monetary turnover. E-exchange reflects the financial and monetary turnover of its transactions. Moreover, the transactions cannot be changed or deleted. All transactions are certified by electronic digital signature of the owner, the representative of the trust, the seller, the buyer. Advantages of using e-exchange using a distributed registry. Number 1. High transaction speed. Within 5 minutes, up to 20,000 transactions can be performed simultaneously by various exchange participants. This speed is ensured by the perfect technical implementation of EraChain.org blockchain platform. Block length is 4 megabytes. Length of one transaction is approximately 200 bytes. 20,000 transactions fit in one block. 4 megabyte divided by 200 bytes equal 20,000 transactions in a block. The block is recorded every 288 seconds, 12 seconds less than 5 minutes. This is about 17 transactions per second. 20,000 divided by 288 equals 69.4. Number 2. All participants can be located in a space distributed from each other, in any place on the globe where there is internet. Only the first time, when an online identification of participants occurred, a direct presence is necessary, or the participant is identified in another permitted way, by bank payment, hardware identification methods, etc. Number 3. Electronic exchange operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It is only necessary to organize an acceptable work of the trust. This is useful when the seller and the buyer are in different time zones. Number 4. Electronic exchange, due to the transparency of all actions and transactions, is the full confidence of buyers and sellers, thus allowing you to quickly choose the appropriate transaction. Number 5. There are several trusts that need to be organized as well. Then the trust will compete with each other for the client, so that the couple, the seller-buyer, chooses the trust, for example, the quality service, consultants in controversial issues, more favorable commissions for receiving and issuing payments, insurance services, and etc.